Hello and welcome to Take Time. I am your host, Patrick Marlett. Today we're taking a look at a watch that extends upon the popular range of Eagle Ray models by Hong Kong-based brand Phoibos. This is the Eagle Ray GMT, and though it bears the same name, there are several differences between this and the previous model in terms of both aesthetic and function. Now, as I like to do with all my reviews here, we're going to start with some bad notes first. Sadly, we are missing the beveled edges of our previous Eagle Ray model. Instead, we have a less appealing sandblasted case. Though I consider it a bit drab to the previous model's more dynamic look with the high polished beveling and brushed details, the case here looks more utilitarian, and perhaps that's what they were aiming for. I've read reports of the hour hand not aligning correctly, and I too find it has trouble landing where I want it. Perhaps this is a limitation of the Ronda movement chosen, but the hour hand tends to sway outside of my own command. While this isn't necessarily a misalignment, as it can be adjusted to fall precisely upon the hour, it is a nuisance and something to bear in mind with the Ronda 515-24H used here. Lastly, and this is a personal gripe, but I do not like the mixture of Roman and Arabic numerals found here. You have a typical diver layout with the applied markers and a lovely loomed out set of 24-hour internal bezel markers, paired with Roman numerals. This choice muddies the overall look and only confuses the appearance of an otherwise attractive dial arrangement. Alright, so what is there to like? For starters, the price. A 300-meter stainless steel GMT in a reasonably scaled chassis at around 225 smackaroonies is a fantastic deal. Of the 5 color options, we have the two-toned black and green fume dial, and it looks fantastic. I almost wish they went for the gold treatment here regarding the markers in the handset, but the silver gives this watch a sleek, professional appearance. The case lines, though not as handsome as the previous Eagle Ray, are still a cut above the mundane. Typically in that $200 to $300 micro range, I see a lot of the same cases, same cuts, same detailing. It's nice to see a piece that competes in the sub $300 category that looks to break the monotony with its subtle curves and sandblasted finish juxtapose a high polished bezel and matching crowns, both of which come signed with the Phoibos octopus. The lume here is as expected from a watch in this price range. Adequate. It's certainly not the brightest lume on the market, but the 12 layers of Superluminova BGW9 ensure that the lume will at least last well into the evening. The crowns of the Eagle Ray GMT both screw down, and the top, once loosened, actuates the internal bezel. Once pressed in, the bezel won't move. So rest well, weary dual crown loving hearts. I should add, the action here is stupendous, one of the nicest I've gotten to play with in any price range. Before we get to that verdict, let's take a gander of the ER GMT on my 7¼ inch wrist. Is the Phoibos Eagle Ray GMT for you? Well, if you were looking for an outrageous deal on a solid GMT design, then yes. I know more than most how a budget can dictate one's buying decisions, particularly when it comes to watches. Yes, while there are certainly better mechanical offerings on the market, if you don't imagine using a GMT often in your rotation, Quartz is where it's at. For an excellent, affordable, grab-and-go GMT design, I couldn't recommend the Phoibos Eagle Ray GMT more. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and thank you for the time.